am coming to you for a quick, it might be a little blunt, but why we charge what we do type post, because I don't think people grasp entirely the amount of work and slog that goes into restoration, despite it being, anyone who likes to restore and redo dolls loves what they do. They're not going to do this for, the money, because we really don't make buckets on it. It's a living if you choose to, in amongst many other side hustles, I can tell you, because who I have in my hand is the most exquisite ideal Tammy. I don't know exactly what year she is. I haven't done enough homework on her yet. The rest of this lass is here. She belongs to my gorgeous friend Lena. You will have seen her unpacked in a video. I will tag it here because I'm distracted. And excuse the noise downstairs there. That would be Jake. Jake is eating a bone. So what I wanted to show you today is, this is hair, because where's the camera on this thing? There, that's hair from Tammy, right? Why is there hair coming out of Tammy? Because I'm going to reroot her. She arrived like this, Lena bought her like this, and she obviously needs some more hair. Thing is, when people commission us to reroot a doll, you're imagining that we quickly just stuff some more hair into the 200 to 300 holes on her head, right? Some dolls have less. If you're giving us a 2Gen Cindy, we have an easier ride. But if you're giving us a Barbie or this lass or any other doll, the baby dolls, those First Love dolls that Lena does, that is some rerouting that takes you a hot minute. But what you're not considering is, one, this head needs to, sometimes this one is soft, but many of the heads need to be softened. Some of the heads are rock hard. The older Cindy dolls' heads are literally like bricks. So you can't soften them. This girl comes with a unique challenge, apart from the fact that somebody, bless them, has actually rescued her neck joint by stitching it back on. These were notoriously easy to rip off in removing them, and fortunately somebody saved her in time. It does look a little horror filmish, but as you can see, ain't nobody getting in there to do much. So if I was going to stitch this hair through, it's not happening now. And the usual tools I would use, I know this is absolute torture chamber stuff, but these are the kind of tools I would use to remove hair before, right? And then, luckily, again, because of Lena and her willingness to share, she taught me to reroot with one of these. It's simply a needle cut off. It's a very basic rerouting tool. I don't stitch through. I've just found that easiest. To be honest, with my digit bug, it has been actually both good and bad. I've been able to use these fingers to grasp and carry on with work, and hence I've been able to keep going. But I just want people to begin to understand why we charge what we do, and how honestly we could charge 5 times more and we wouldn't cover our time. I'm going to have to sit now and take all the pieces of stubble out of this girl's hair. So we're not just shoving hair in. Most of them arrive like this, and if they don't arrive like this and it is a clean head, the holes often still need to be cleaned out. This head needs to be cleaned properly so that the hair stays in. You're going to then reroot for the amount of time you need to. The hair then needs to be boil washed to settle. Let me turn you around and have a look at these girls that I've been working on. So Barbie and Francie have been getting new rootings. Oh, and you really can't see. Let me bring them this side. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Let's take you all over the studio. Now, I've been rerouting and working on these girls. They came in. Also, Lena had found them in a shoddy state, and then they came for some work. They're looking a lot better. Haven't had their faces done yet. Rerouted them, and they're currently having boil washes. They have 1 boil wash a day, and because of the nature of some of the hair, sometimes it lays flat, other times it fights you. The brown hair is quite fighty. So then we boil wash a couple of times, and we haven't even styled yet. This has now taken a total of nearly 2.5 weeks to clean faces appropriately, to take old hair out, and to put new hair in. It's prepping the hair when we get it. It's all that kind of stuff. And it's also the trial and error that you're paying for, that we experience on jobs. We cock up, we pay for that stuff. And we spend thousands of man hours learning, watching YouTubes, finding tutorials, seeking out others who do what we do that may or may not, mostly may not, be willing to share. I am very grateful that I have found myself in a community that is willing to share. And my email carries it, but Maya Angelou said, when you learn, teach, when you get, give. And I live by that. And being able to do this is because of a butt ton of hard work on my part, but also because of the willingness of others to share. And I think in sharing this video, I just want people to begin to understand that the value of people who are willing to use their time and their expertise to restore exquisite pieces of sculpture like this. It's something quite precious. And it always blows my mind that people are willing to throw thousands of their hard-earned monies, whatever currency you work in, at machine-generated, mass-produced things that are beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I have lots of them here. But they battle to pay a human being to put their blood, sweat, and tears back into something that needs to be restored. They don't see the value in actual human interaction, like giving our good energy to somebody this beautiful and bringing her back to life. And yet, swiping a card or throwing a credit card at somebody who's coming in a box that was produced by a machine, and someday we'll have someone like me remake her because she's gonna age too. It's so crazy that the value isn't perceived. And I want to just put this together in I'm not bitching, I'm not moaning. I want to share so that there's this sense of education between us all. When you utilize a human being, a flesh and blood creature, to work on your vinyl beings, it's a whole new dimension of interaction and creativity, and it's special. And I just want people to understand how special that is, and how grateful I am for finding myself in a community that values that, and that I am able to do this kind of work, and that I can play for a living when I'm not doing my 5 million side hustles. So it's just a quickie. I think I'll have this under Dolly Chats because this is a chat about dolls. Yeah, I am going to keep you all posted on how it's going with the rest of these ladies. I have a beautiful Clodry doll that I'm going to need to stick eyelashes into. All these girls are due eyelashes, so all of this is still coming. Thank you for joining me at my desk on this very, very hot, sweaty Friday as I work on Tammy. Flesh and blood with vinyl. Enjoying ourselves. From my heart to yours, guys. I'll catch you soon.